Hey there, high level listeners. We're back with another episode of our English vocabulary podcast here on High Level Listening, where we bring you side by side American and British English to help take your English to the next level. Today, we're talking about something no one really enjoys, but everyone has to deal with: car trouble.
Yes, that's right. Whether it's strange noises, warning lights on the dashboard, or sudden breakdowns, sooner or later, we all have to take our cars to a mechanic. So in today's episode, we'll be sharing more than 40 everyday phrases and expressions to help you talk about your car problems and repairs, just like a native speaker in the UK or the US.
As always, we'll start with a short script from each of us. I'll go first with an American English story about taking my car in for an important repair, and then Mark will share his experience dealing with a mechanical issue in British English. After that, we'll break everything down line by line to explain the best vocabulary to help you sound natural when talking about cars and repairs. Ready? Let's get started.
Yes, so we'll start with Kat's story. I'll ask her, when was the last time you took your car to the mechanic?
Oh, actually, sometime last week, I took my car in for its yearly checkup. Nothing urgent, just routine maintenance and inspection to make sure everything was running smoothly. I try to stay on top of things so I don't end up with a bigger problem down the road, literally. The mechanic did the usual: oil change, tire rotation, check the brakes, replace the windshield wipers, all that. But he also spotted something I would have completely missed. Apparently, one of my belts was starting to wear down, and if I had waited too long, it could have snapped while I was driving. That would have been a nightmare. Luckily, since we caught it early, it was a quick and relatively inexpensive fix. Honestly, I'm really glad I took it in when I did. It's one of those things where a little preventative maintenance saves you a huge headache later. So yeah, everything's in good shape now. The car's running like a dream, and I don't have to worry about it breaking down anytime soon. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, right? All right. So the mechanic is the person who fixes your car. So Mark, when was the last time you took your car to the mechanic?
Just last week, actually, I was on my way to work when I noticed a strange burning smell coming from under the bonnet. At first, I thought maybe I'd just driven through something, but then I saw a warning light pop up on the dashboard. I didn't want to take any chances, so I pulled over and rang the mechanic straight away. I managed to limp the car to the garage, and it's a good thing I did. Turns out there was a problem with the alternator. It wasn't charging the battery properly, and if I kept driving, I could have ended up completely stuck. On top of that, one of my brake pads was almost worn through, which could have been really dangerous. Luckily, my mechanic's great, really honest and fair. He explained everything clearly. He didn't try to upsell me on anything I didn't need. It still wasn't exactly cheap, but I know I wasn't overcharged. And now at least the car's in good shape. I'd rather deal with a repair than end up stranded on the side of the road. Okay, so now you've heard both of our stories, both a little bit different. Don't worry if you didn't catch everything. We're about to go through the scripts. However, if you would like some bonus materials like worksheets, activities, listening activities as well, an ad-free version of the episode and a transcript, you can find this unit with all the other ones of season 3 in our High Level Listening store. That's available by clicking the link in the description below. So yes, I think we'll need our flags for this one because we're talking about cars. And I think this is one of the areas with the most differences between American English and British English. So we'll probably be waving our flags like mad throughout. Anytime there is a difference between the two styles, we'll mention it and explain each side. Anyway, back to the start of our scripts. Kat, when and why did you visit the mechanic again?
Oh, actually, I went sometime last week. I took my car in for its yearly checkup. Nothing urgent, just routine maintenance and inspection to make sure everything was running smoothly. Okay, so when did I visit the mechanic? Sometime last week. Maybe about 7 days ago, 10 days ago, sometime last week. I took my car in. I took my car in. So when you take your car in or you take something in, you're usually going to get it repaired or get it serviced. So I took my car in, meaning into the mechanic. I took my car in for its yearly checkup. Now, usually we think of a yearly checkup for ourselves. You know, you would go in to the doctor to get your yearly checkup, but I'm taking my car in for its yearly checkup, meaning I want to go every single year, every 12 months to make sure nothing's wrong with my car. Nothing urgent, just routine maintenance. So, nothing urgent. Normally, most people only take their car in to the mechanic. They only take their car in if something's wrong with it. But there was nothing urgent for me. Urgent is very important that you need to do right now. So nothing urgent, just routine maintenance. Maintenance. Now it looks like maintenance, okay? But I would say routine or your normal daily, yearly maintenance. Okay, Mark, I saw a flag on that
The
one.
pronunciation in the UK, in British English, we do pronounce the T. So it's maintenance, routine
Oh, very nice.
maintenance.
Okay, so
That's
you
all.
would say maintenance, and I would say maintenance with only two syllables there. Maintenance.
That's right.
Maintenance. And inspection. Inspection. Now, where I'm from in Texas, in the United States, every year you have to get an inspection, which basically means you have to pass inspection, or if you fail, you have to fix the things on the car that didn't pass the inspection. An inspection is where they go through a list and make sure that your car does and has everything it needs to be safe on the road, right? So it's a inspection, and we get a little inspection sticker that says, yep, I went the inspection, my car has everything it needs. Now tell me,
We
British
have the same
flag?
thing in the UK. It's called
Okay.
your MOT. Every year,
Your
you
MOT.
take your car in for its MOT. And it's the same thing.
Okay.
You have to fix any problems to pass the MOT.
All right. So I'm just getting the routine maintenance and the inspection to make sure everything was running smoothly. So if things are running smoothly, your day can go smoothly, it can run smoothly, but literally your car runs. That means it's working, right? And if everything is running smoothly, it's working well. It's functioning correctly, running smoothly. All right. What about you, Mark? When and why did you have to visit the mechanic?
Just last week, actually. I was on my way to work when I noticed a strange burning smell coming from under the bonnet. Okay, I think I know what that's for. So yeah, just last week, actually. Actually, like, oh, surprisingly, it's funny you asked me, when did I visit? Oh, surprisingly, actually, just last week. I was on my way to work. So when you are going to a place, you are on your way. If you're in the car going to work and someone calls you, says, hey, where are you? Oh, I'm on my way. Yes, I'm on my way. That can be in a car, on the bus, walking, anyway, but it's another way to say traveling. So I was on my way to work when I noticed a strange burning smell. This is often a mechanical issue. If you smell something burning, it smells terrible. A strange burning smell, not good, coming from under the bonnet. Okay, there we go. So in British English, the bonnet is the metal cover on the front of the car that goes over the engine. So
Yes.
if you want to check the engine, you open the bonnet and you can check the oil and you can see everything there. You can close the bonnet. And in this case, the smell was coming from under the bonnet. So
Ooh.
I knew the problem was around the engine. What do you call a bonnet in the US?
So in the US, we would call it the hood of the car, HOOD, the hood of the car. Open the hood, close the hood. Same word for engine, though. I think a lot of the parts on the inside are the same. It's kind of those outer pieces that we use and know every day. A lot of those are quite different from American English to British English.
That's true, yes. Okay, so burning smell in my car, but you just went in for routine maintenance. I think that's a good idea to keep up with the maintenance, isn't it?
I mean, I try to stay on top of things so I don't end up with a bigger problem down the road, literally. Okay, so why did I say literally? Because sometimes we say down the road, meaning in the future, but we drive our cars on the road. So I try to stay on top of things so I don't end up with a bigger problem down the road in the future, but literally down the road. I hope I don't have any problems, right? So I try to stay on top of things. Okay. If you stay on top of things, then you are organized. Okay. And when you need to do something, you do it. You don't put it off. You don't wait till next week. You just simply do them when they need doing. So if you stay on top of things, you're nice and organized. So I don't end up with a bigger problem down the road. So sometimes if you don't do something, then the next week it gets a little harder. And then the week after, it gets a little bit more difficult. Okay, well, now it's been a month. Now the problem is even bigger. So I don't end up, meaning in the future, things don't get worse, right? I don't end up with a bigger problem down the road. All right, so Mark, that burning smell, what happened?
Well, at first, I thought maybe I'd just driven through something, but then I saw a warning light pop up on the dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, there's a burning smell from under the bonnet. At first, I thought maybe I had just driven through something. When I was speaking, I said I'd just driven through. It's the past perfect. So I went to the mechanic last week, but before that, I thought I had just driven through something. But then I saw a warning light pop up on the dashboard. So if you have a car problem, there are lots of sensors and electrical things in the car that can tell you when something's wrong. And these are warning lights. When you're sitting behind the wheel, you can see the speedometer and everything else. There are lots of different lights with different symbols, and usually they're yellow or red, which means they're serious. If you get a warning light, if you see a warning light, or if a warning light pops up, it turns on. A healthy car, a good car, should have no lights at all. It should be completely blank. If there is something wrong, a warning light will pop up. Pop up like an ad on your computer, or pop up like a notification on your phone. It will suddenly appear. And the screen that you're looking at behind the wheel is the dashboard. The dashboard has all the numbers, controls, and important information you need. What gear you're in, how fast you're going, all of that is on the dashboard. These days, dashboards can be more like monitors or screens, but we still call it a dashboard, or even the dash. A warning light on the dash. Oh, there's a weird light on the dash. Did you see that? So yes, I knew there was a serious problem because I saw a warning light pop up on the dashboard. Okay, back to your side. You're at the mechanic for the routine maintenance. What did the mechanic do? Back to your side. You're at the mechanic for the routine maintenance. What did the mechanic do exactly?
Nhất định phải thêm 9 điều này vào hợp đồng đặt cọc để ăn ngon ngủ yên khi đầu tư nhà đất. 1. Cam kết không dính quy hoạch. 2. Cam kết không tranh chấp. 3. Cam kết tài sản không thế chấp ngân hàng. 4. Cam kết diện tích đủ như trên sổ. 5. Ghi rõ số tiền đặt cọc nếu
I mean, the mechanic did the usual. Oil change, tire rotation, check the brakes, replace the windshield wipers, all that.
Maintenance.
Okay, so normally with annual maintenance or yearly maintenance, then the mechanic will go through a list of normal things, kind of the things with the normal wear and tear, meaning that the things that naturally kind of deteriorate or aren't as good as they used to be when they were new. So they checked the oil and they changed the oil. Okay, so you
Maintain.
can check
Maintain.
the oil and see, oh, okay, I have a good amount of oil in the car, or oh, the oil looks a little old. Maybe I need to change the oil. So that's probably the number one thing besides adding gas to your car that you would do for normal maintenance on your car. Get an oil change or change the oil. Then the other one is a tire rotation. I'll be honest, I don't really know what they do when they rotate the tires, but I think it probably makes them nice and straight so that they don't go crooked. Is that what happens when they rotate
think
the
so.
tires?
And then the actual tire itself is straight on the wheel, so it's
that
not
makes
like
sense.
coming off, I think.
So then they kind of rotate or move the tires so that they are nice and straight. He checked the brakes. Now, you can take a break, which means you stop work for a short amount of time. But if you check your brakes or you brake on a car, that means you slow down. Okay, so you have the accelerator, zoom, zoom, that goes fast and starts you moving forward. And then when you need to stop and slow down, you hit the brakes, BRAKES. So he checked the brakes because some of those can wear down, like what happened to Mark. And he replaced the windshield wipers. Now, the windshield wipers. Do you not say that, Mark?
The windshield in the UK is the windscreen.
I see.
windscreen.
Windscreen. Do you say wipers, though?
Yep, windscreen wipers.
Okay. So the windscreen wipers for British English and the windshield wipers. When it's raining, it removes the rain from your windshield. So they go back and forth and back and forth. Windshield wipers, or in British English, windscreen wipers. You know, all that. I'll be honest, when I take my car into the mechanic every year, I don't really pay attention to what she's doing. I trust her. She's an honest person. So I don't really worry about it too much. They do everything they need to do. I pay her. I see her next year. Right. So all that,
Right.
all that.
They're like, yeah, you needed to change this. Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Trust you.
Yep.
I would wave my flag. One tiny thing about
Yes.
tire rotation is the spelling
right.
is different between the UK
Yeah.
and the US. In the UK, tire, the four tires, as TYRE.
Okay.
And in the States, how do you spell it?
TIRE. Tire. Sounds the same, though. So you saw this light pop up on the dashboard. What did you do next?
Well, I didn't want to take any chances, so I pulled over and rang the mechanic straight away. I managed to limp the car to the garage, and it's a good thing I did. Okay, so anytime you see a warning light on the dashboard, it usually means there's a serious problem. If I keep driving and ignore the light, the problem could get even worse. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to take any chances. The chance or the risk is the problem getting worse. I want to be safe and fix my car. It puts me in danger and other people in danger if there's a problem. So I didn't want to take any chances, so I pulled over. If you want to stop your car on the side of the road, you will pull over. The police will also say this. If the police want you to stop, they will say, pull over, pull the vehicle over. And that means to slow down and stop at the side of the road. So I pulled over. I rang the mechanic straight away.
There it is.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say rang earlier. So I pulled over is the same, but rang the mechanic. What does that mean if you rang the mechanic?
Oh, it means I picked up my phone and I called the mechanic. Hi, I have a problem with my car. I rang her. I rang my mum. I gave her a ring. Would you not say that in the US?
We definitely have, like, my phone rang, so I picked it up, but I would call the mechanic. And then at the mechanics, the phone would ring, 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 ring. So the phone is ringing and they would pick it up. But I would call the mechanic for sure, or text them.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure. In the UK, I'll ring you. Yeah, I'll ring you later. Or I rang you last night. Did you get my call? So I managed to limp the car to the garage. Okay, right. So limp. If you hurt your leg or hurt your foot and it's difficult to walk, you limp. And this is a sign of someone injured or hurt. You'll see like football players or athletes, if they get tackled and they get taken off the field, they're like limping to the edge. I'm saying this about my car. You can also use this for machines. Maybe the car is physically like thump, 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 thump. The tires have gone down or there's something really wrong with the balance of the car. If you have something broken and fragile, it will limp to the garage.
It's almost like, but you're putting the action on it because we do have limping, of course. Like if you hurt your leg, I'm limping. I limped my way to the car. But you're talking about you limped the car. I managed to limp the car, which means that's
Right.
something that we don't really say in the US.
Right. Well, yeah, I just kind of carefully helped it limp
Yes.
the car to the garage. And it's a
Ooh.
good thing I did. Aha. Is it garage?
Uh-huh.
Aha. This
What?
is another word for a mechanic. You can take your car to the mechanic, or you can take it to a garage. A garage, as a business, is a place that fixes cars. It's the same thing. Take it to the mechanic, take it to the garage.
So for American English, let's go low first. Garage. Garage. Yes, and we do have a j sound. Garage. Garage. And yes, same thing. It's the garage, but that's the place. So if I take it to the mechanic, that's the person. And if I take it to the garage, the mechanic's garage, then that's the place that they work.
Yeah, that's true. The mechanic can also be the person. Yeah, the mechanic said, I need to fix this. Or I saw a mechanic in the garage and he took my car. Okay, so you were at your mechanic doing the routine maintenance. Did they find anything wrong with the car?
Từ Bắc vào Nam, hơn 1.000 gia đình Việt đã lựa chọn thang máy Seabest. Và điều thú vị là tất cả khách hàng đều
Thank goodness he also spotted something I would have completely missed. Apparently, one of my belts was starting to wear down, and if I had waited too long, it could have snapped while I was driving. So, thank goodness he also spotted something. Now, when we talk about our mechanics and they're looking around for problems, right? Oh, found one. That means they spotted something or they found something. So thank goodness he also spotted something I would have completely missed. If for some reason I opened the hood of my car and I looked at my engine, among other things under the hood, I don't know what's in there. I don't know what it's supposed to look like new. I don't know what it looks like if it's
Right.
broken. So I would have completely missed it if I had bothered to open up the hood. Now, I don't open the hood. I don't look at these things. So if I would have looked, I would have completely missed it. Now, I don't know what's
Looks
wrong with
fine.
this.
The engine's there.
It's
fine.
not it's on.
There's no smoke.
It's running.
There's no oil. Yeah.
I know how to fill up the gas tank, right? I know how to drive the car. But apparently, so when we use this word apparently, it's like, oh, well, he told me apparently, so I didn't know this, but apparently one of my belts was starting to wear down. So a belt is usually a kind of a piece of plastic sometimes
Rubber,
or a
is it?
piece of rubber, and it looks like the belt that you would put around your waist, and it goes in a circle and it pulls, pushes, does something under the hood. And one of my belts, there's lots of different belts around your car. One of my belts was starting to wear down. Okay, so slowly over time, with all the heat and all the wear and tear, which means that as you use things, they are not, they're not brand new anymore. You need to replace them. So it was starting to wear down. And the problem with something wearing down is it could break, or it could come apart, or it could snap, right? So it was starting to wear down. And if I had waited too long, it could have snapped while I was driving. So he spotted it. Great. That really happened. But I'm thinking of these problems. Oh my gosh. What if he didn't see it? What if he didn't fix it? Well, it could have snapped. I could have gotten into a car accident, or, maybe I could have died, right? So it could have snapped. I could have gotten into an accident. I could have died, right? So I'm thinking of bad things that could have happened in the future while I was driving. And I know we use was, but we're still thinking about this kind of future where this problem might have happened in the future while I was driving. So,
Chỉ 10.000 một bữa, không mỡ máu, không tiểu đường. Chỉ 10.000 một bữa, eo thon dáng đẹp. Chỉ 10.000 một bữa, ăn 19 loại ngũ cốc.
thank goodness he spotted it. We fixed it. It was fine. What about you, Mark? What ended up being wrong with the car?
Turns out there was a problem with the alternator. It wasn't charging the battery properly, and if I'd kept driving, I could have ended up completely stuck. So, turns out, this is a storytelling phrase when you want to learn something. If I learn something surprising or learn something new, turns out means, oh, this means the mechanic talked to me and told me there's a problem with the alternator. I had no idea what the problem was. It was a surprise to me. So turns out there was a problem with the alternator. Oh, a surprise. The alternator, again,